Now the next stage for the snowman is the same type of thing, but we're going to go over the stippling with white. The white will be the highlight color. The tan will give you some depth to your snow, and the white will add some highlights. And I'm not cleaning my brush, I'm just using the same brush, but now I'm going to pick up some just plain white. And we're going to start the same way. We're going to work here from the top section of the snowman. And you don't want to pounce so hard that you cover all that beige color up. You just want to tap on some of that bright white. And as you do that, you can see how much more that's like your highlight color to the snowman. And you're going to concentrate the light area more to the center of his body. You can soften it a little bit as you come out on these outer edges. And I want the center of interest to be here in the middle where his face is and the star buttons will go. So we want that to have the heaviest layer of white. But again, as you come down to the next section of the body, you want to lighten that up so that you keep your shadow in between the two sections. I'm going to go back up in here and just add a little bit more white in there. And if you go over the edge of the hat, that's okay. We're going to, once you base the hat, you'll clean those edges back up. And I'm going to build up a little bit more of the bright white here in the center. Okay, we're going to work to the next section of the body, doing the same thing. As I come down to these sides, I'm just lightening my touch just a little so I don't have as much white deposited down on these sides of his body. Again, I want to keep the brightest white right here to the center. And as you load your brush, be sure to pounce it out on your wax palette so that you don't have any clumps of paint. If the paint gets too little globs on your brush, you're going to get little hard, thick globs on your snowman. So you want to disperse that paint through the brush so it's nice and even. So I'm going to continue on doing this section of the snowman until I get down to the bottom of the body, and I'll pick up when we get down there. Okay, I've stippled with the white all the way down to the bottom of the snowman's body, and I think I still want a little bit brighter white up in here, so I'm going to come back and add a little bit more up in this area. And you can always come back and do this later after you get more elements of the snowman done. If you feel like something needs to be brightened, it's easy to go back and stipple over it before you put your buttons and things in. Okay, so let's move up and do his face. And again, on the face, we're going to start in the middle, the center, because we want the brightest area of his face here in the middle. So I'm stippling in a circle, just white, getting wider as I go around each layer. And as you work out from that center, you have less paint on your brush, and it, automatically causes the edges to seem a little darker than the center does. And if I want to make the center just a little bit brighter again, I'll repeat that. Okay, and we're going to do his arms. You should come out to the edges, before you come out just a little bit over top of your graphite lines so that they're covered up. You don't want to finish your painting and see all your graphite outlining still visible, because it'll be hard to remove it underneath all the stippling. But since it's white too, it should cover it pretty easy with your stippling. And you can move your board around, whatever angle's most comfortable for you. You don't have to leave it in one position all the time. Okay, so we've got the snowman's arms finished, his face, and I still think I want a little bit more in his face. I think a little bit more here in the center of both sections of his body. So now you can see he has some real dimension. His sections of his body actually look like they're curving, like they're big snowballs. We can go down and add some white here to the snow line, to the ground. And I'm not quite stippling down here. I'm kind of dragging the brush along to give it a little bit more of a scuffed look. You can see it looks different than the snowman does, so it gives us a little different texture. So I'm just kind of sort of dry brushing that across. And again, just soften up as you come down to the point of the heart so that it's a little bit darker as you come down here. Keeps the center of interest up here in the snowman. And we can come back and Add some more to this later, but that gets our basic base coats in for the snowman and the snow ground. So let's take a break for a minute and we'll come back and work on the hat